Hey there, I'm Drew Badger, the world's #1 English fluency guide, and today I'm going to be in this video describing myself. So this is kind of an example of how you can give a good introduction, or if you just want to describe yourself physically or maybe something about your personality. So as always in this series, I will do it in basic, intermediate, and more advanced language, so as a native speaker would. Let's begin. So, hello, my name is Drew, and I am 35 years old. As of this recording, I am 35 years old. I am 6'1" or 183 centimeters, I believe. And let's see, I like baseball and basketball, and I really like camping as well, but I don't really camp so much here in Japan. It's just kind of hard to find a camping spot. Anyway, that was a basic thing. Maybe when you're introducing yourself to someone, you can just talk about your hobbies or something that maybe is interesting about yourself that maybe other people don't know. So now I will give a slightly more intermediate way of describing yourself when you're introducing yourself. So hello, my name is Drew. It's nice to meet you. I am 6'1", 183 centimeters, as I say in Japan, because they use the metric system out here. But I really like baseball, and I play basketball a lot. I actually have a local club that I play with sometimes, but now I've kind of hurt my knee a little bit because I played basketball and soccer and baseball when I was younger. I hurt my knees a lot, so now I really can't play as well, and I'm not really playing basketball as much as I used to. So that was just an intermediate way of describing myself. Again, I'm trying to pick a particular thing I would focus on, and like everything else in this series, you want to kind of focus on a particular thing and then build out from that. So in my case, I'm talking like physically about my height. I didn't really talk about my personality because, again, as an intermediate speaker, maybe I can't describe a lot of things about me personally or the way I feel about something, or maybe when you're just introducing yourself, you don't really talk about those kinds of things. But I'm just talking about some interesting things because a lot of people, specifically in Japan, ask me, whoa, like, you're kind of tall. Do you play basketball or something? Now, in America, I am not particularly tall. I am taller than average, but 6'1" is not, I guess, not very tall. Certainly not for basketball. I would be like a very, very short point guard if I was playing basketball. But anyway, this is just a way of expressing myself. So now let's say I want to express myself in a native way. I'm going to meet someone at a party or something, and I'm just saying hello for the first time. So a native speaker, like as a native speaker, I would express myself like this. Oh, hey, how's it going? So my name's Drew. Yeah, I've been like enjoying this party, huh? It's actually a nice group of people over here. A friend of mine, the guy that's having this party, he introduced me to a few people, and actually some other people here, they also play baseball. So that's one of my interests, one of the things I enjoy doing when I've got free time. I'm actually quite busy. I have a business online where I help people learn English, but I like to relax, and so it's great to come here and meet other people like yourself. It's actually nice to meet you, by the way. So while I'm sitting here and getting to have a nice chat with you, hopefully I can learn a little bit about you as well. Just something maybe interesting you might not know, something that actually a lot of people don't know about me is I was on the TV show Oprah. Just an interesting fact about me. So pretty cool. This is actually true. I was on Oprah many years ago. Oprah probably doesn't remember it though, because I was in a choir. I was singing like, oh, a choir of little kids many, many years ago. So it was probably over 25 years ago, I guess. Wow, that's a long time ago. And the Oprah show isn't even around anymore. Anyway, so that's what I would do maybe as a more advanced speaker. But this is a tricky topic to talk about because typically you wouldn't sit and just like talk a whole bunch about your life. You'd really begin by asking the other person questions about themselves. So what I'd like to do is like kind of talk about that as well in a way that you can control the conversation and learn a whole bunch of new words, but getting the other person to do a lot of the talking. So I like to do this just so I can listen to them and learn about them. And the more you learn about the other person, the actually better they enjoy the conversation, because a lot of people just like to talk and be able to express themselves because most people don't feel like they're really listened to. So it's one of those things that if you can provide that, then people will really enjoy having you around, and you'll never be looking for people to speak with because everybody will be happy to speak with you. So anyway, if I'm in a conversation, I'm spending more of my time like, oh, very quickly, hey, my name's Drew. It's nice to meet you. Like, oh, tell me about yourself. And then typically I'm just saying, oh, that's interesting. Tell me more. So I'm trying to get involved in that person's life and learn more about that person than they know about me. And I really wait until they're asking me any questions that are maybe connected with something, or we notice there's a similar interest. And I say, oh, that's really interesting that you also enjoy, parasailing or badminton or, rock collecting, whatever that thing happens to be. So when I notice that, then I say, oh, immediately, oh, that's really cool. I also am interested in collecting rocks. And then I can begin kind of a story that maybe I don't go too much into my own topic unless they're really interested in it. But the point is really to let the other person speak, especially as a learner. You're getting the opportunity for other people to speak. So you're feeling, kind of getting them, making them feel more comfortable and getting them also more excited to want to spend more time speaking with you. So when you develop relationships like that, spend more time listening to the other person, asking them simple questions like, tell me more about something. If you just say, tell me more, oh, that's really interesting. Tell me more about that particular thing. Or I didn't know that really interesting fact about rock collecting or something. It doesn't really matter if you're really interested in a topic or not, because you can always find something that you find interesting about something if you try to think and maybe connect that to something else. So I might not be interested in rock collecting specifically, but my little cousin collects Pokemon characters and he tells me all about stuff like that. So anyway, I'm just using connections to make that conversation interesting. And you don't have to worry so much about what you're going to say about yourself if you focus on the other person. So the secret really to, number one, being able to connect with other people, but number two, having to develop or being able to develop actual friendships with people, you develop that much more if you're willing to listen to them. And this is, even a lesson I had to learn in my own life, because just like I'm speaking a lot now, I tend to want to talk to people and teach things and do other things like that, when really I should just shut up and listen to people. Anyway, I don't want to give you too much information, so I will shut up right now. But for this video, just remember, kind of a few things when you're explaining things about yourself. Watch the body language of the other person. If they're interested in what you're saying, then you can continue to go on, or you can say, maybe I'm talking too much and I'll be quiet about that now. And the other person, maybe they'll say, oh, no, go on, tell me more. So I typically wait for other people to ask me things like that just to make sure that they're really interested. Anyway, if this video has been interesting and entertaining for you, do click that like button and tell maybe 25 other people about this video too, so they can also learn to not worry about, when you're meeting people for the first time, it's more about the other person than it is about yourself. And over time, you will get to develop more confidence and you will want to reveal more about yourself, and people will naturally help you do that. So it'll be a much better process for you, again, if you focus on the other person. Like this video, do share it and become a subscriber to the YouTube channel if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye. To continue learning, click on the link in this video to download Speak English Naturally, our free guide to speaking and sounding like a native English speaker. The guide reveals the 3 most important kinds of conversational English you must learn if you want to sound native, and will help you experience instant improvement in your fluency and speaking confidence. To download your free guide on a mobile device, click on the link in the upper right of this video. To download your free guide from a computer, click on the link in the lower right of this video. I look forward to seeing you in the guide.